I'm going to give you a few tips here and then I've got an invitation. Firstly, have your eye on the end goal. It works. Don't think of the short term, think of the long term. My gorgeous client Susie, hi Susie, introduced me to the compound effect. I've always worked with it, but I didn't know it was a thing, a book. And the compound effect can be used in business and in life. Little transformations, little habits that will transform your life. Build upon them over and over again. And have your eye on the end goal, not the short-term deprivation. Know where you're going, and that will focus your thoughts. That's what you need. And I don't mean a bikini shot on the fridge. No, I'm talking something much more holistic, something much more important and heartfelt to you, something that's personal to you. One of the other gorgeous clients was going to Japan, and she wanted her focus to be on getting there, getting to Japan. For me, I went alcohol free for a long time, and it was because I was visiting my sister who was 10 years younger. She lives in New Zealand, and she had epic itinerary set out for me, and I thought, I've got to get fit to be able to cope with this. The other way that you can become sugar free in 6 weeks is to push out the bad habits by sliding in new habits. So it's a different way of thinking. You're not going to stop the bad habits. They're probably going to keep going. But what you can do is you start creating gentle, flowing new habits. You create a habit that you stick to. You make it small, gentle, and you build upon it over and over again. A client, Gorgeous Mary, lost 11 pounds over Christmas. Unbelievable, flabbergasted. And when I interrogated her, how did you do it? She explained. She had the focus. She knew at the beginning of the season, before everything started, she had her aim on the long-term goal, not the short-term, on what she wanted in the long term. She also had a vested interest in looking after her family. So she knew that changing herself was the way that her family would then gain and benefit from that. She also had loads of other gorgeous habits and tips that she used that I outlined in the blog, and she used those and she gently introduced them into her life, and by module 4 she had changed her life. Incredible. The other thing to be sugar free in 6 weeks is knowledge. Knowledge will give you the slight edge. There's another reference to a book. The slight edge, that's what you need. And when you have learned something, you can't unlearn it. It's with you for life. Like my nagging, gentle voice, it's with you for life, and you cannot unlearn it. It's always going to be with you. You're going to look at that can of Coke and you're going to think, but I know what that's going to do to me. You cannot unlearn those things. Knowledge gives you the slight edge. And when you understand what sugar does, i.e. brain fog, when you appreciate how sugar is going to make you feel awful, drain you, give you sugar spots, brain fog, when you understand that sugar sits on the belly and it makes you feel really lethargic, and have I mentioned brain fog? Forgot. All those things, once you've understood that, you're never going to unlearn it. And also sugar is going to make your heart work harder. Yeah. Sludge, blood, sludge. That's what sugar does to the viscosity. No, just use the word. Really thickens the blood, and that means that the heart has to pump harder. It affects your heart. Your heart's a muscle, and if you want it to work efficiently, then you're going to have to keep the blood nice and flowing, nice and clear. Movement helps with that. The heart health helps with that, and also the lack of sugar. All those things. So the other thing that you need to be aware of, the other knowledge that you need to be aware of, is the name of sugar. Yeah, 52 different names of sugar. Really? Yep. Things like barley malt. Who would know that that was sugar? Dextrose, you probably knew that one. Fructose is sugar. Now, fructose is seen as this healthy, happy sugar because it's fruit-based. But fructose doesn't go through the same metabolic pathway as your normal digestive system. So it doesn't increase your GI, doesn't increase your insulin or your glucose, but what it does do is it has an effect on your liver. So if you're eating a lot of overripe fruit, if you are making smoothies out of a lot of fruit, then you are really giving your liver a lot to have to work with. Interesting. And the other thing that fructose is in, because it sounds healthy, is processed food. Protein bars, breakfast bars, fructose is in the lot. So watch out for those 52 names of sugar. Do you want to be sugar-free? Do you want to improve your heart health, your brain fog? Do you want to skip along? Then join me and I'm going to offer you an invitation. Join me and I'm going to give you 50% off. Okay, here's the code. Listen up. Kickstart 50, all one word. Click the link, join me, and we will work together. We're going to have some group calls and we're going to do this together. 6 weeks sugar-free, and we're going to do it by sliding in some natural habits and pushing out the bad ones. See you soon. Bye.